Okay, never mind. Nothing is working, per usual.
No, that's not.
That's the applause.
That's not it.
Nothing is working. Everything's broken. As always, everything is broken down here. The computers drive me absolutely crazy. I thought we were not going to be able to even do this tonight because some of the functions of the program that I'm using is not working properly. It looks like our voices aren't matching up to our faces again, which I thought I fixed, but maybe I didn't. But let's not let all of that bring us down tonight. Let's get excited because the VVGS is here for an interview tonight to hang out with us, have a good time, answer some questions. We can see you guys. Audio is fixed. Oh, that's good. Oh, well, if the audio is fixed, that's a great thing. I didn't know the audio was fixed.
Are your eyes not working? Because it's fine.
I don't know. You know what? It didn't look like it was matching up at first. I don't know. Even the video isn't even that sharp.
Listen, I have to tell you something.
I'm going to lose my mind.
Listen to this. Okay? You've had a crappy day. But what you're doing...
You had a bad day.
Listen.
What?
You're being real negative right now. And
I'm not a negative Nancy.
No, you're being a... I don't have anything that starts with a C.
Hold on, let's see if we can even do an intro. Hold on.
No. Listen, seriously. You're really frustrating me
I
right
love
now.
how none of it works.
Stop.
It's okay. No, I was just laughing. We'll fix it.
I know you're laughing.
We'll get it fixed.
But listen.
We'll get it fixed.
Listen, you're being like real defensive and talking about all the issues, but let's talk about the fun.
There's fun?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I had no idea. There is fun. Actually, there's a lot of fun. Okay? We're going to be very excited tonight because VVGS is here. So, here we go, VVGS. We're going to bring him aboard finally. Hopefully this part works, Heather. VVGS is right here! Look, we can see him. We can hear you. Well, we can hear your background.
I'm here.
Welcome.
Hey.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, very good. If there's any way you can turn down the audio from us, is there any way to do that?
Enough to hear us.
Uh-oh, now he's working. So we're going to get into it. VVGS actually has a business that's wrapped around Funko Pops, and we're going to learn a little bit about that tonight. We're going to ask him about his collection, his favorite Funko Pops, maybe his Grail Pop. And if you guys have questions, please let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear your questions. He would love to answer them. And if you have questions for us along the way, feel free to shoot those out at any point in time, and we will get to every single one. Do want to let you guys know that we have a new video that will be posted sometime tonight, and in that video we open another box. Another box came to the Gastlecast P.O. box. We opened it and we screamed in happiness, didn't we? Did we not?
Yes, it's so freaking awesome.
It was really, really awesome. We were really excited. So we're going to post that video tonight, and you're going to have to comment on that video. We're also going to post it on Instagram to let everybody know. Comment on the video, and you can win yourself a comic book with the Gastlecast logo on the back.
Yep,
So
God
keep your eyes
mode.
out for that.
And it's signed by Jason Swoboda. We're giving away 2 of those, so keep your eyes out for the new video. Comment on it, and you'll have the chance to win. We'll announce the winner sometime tomorrow.
And if you want the backside, if you want the buttock signed of the comic book, let us know. We will sign that part of the comic book, and we will send it out to you. So you have all these different signatures on there. Isn't that awesome? Bunch of autographs. So welcome, VVGS. He's here. Welcome.
Yay! I am here.
Give you a little bit of applause there. So, VVGS. What exactly is the VVGS? That's what I want to know.
That's cool, but can you call him by his name?
No,
his name is Sean. That's
Yeah,
the proper introduction.
No, we want to call him the VVGS. That's his name on Instagram. That's what
That's
he's
his
going by.
company name. That's his company name.
Yeah.
You don't call me by my company name. I'm Heather.
People call us Gastlecast all the time, Heather. Okay?
No.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Okay.
Okay, Sean, if that's your real name, tell us
That's
about
what it says in my
VVGS.
ID anyway.
So tell us about your company.
So, as some people probably already know, it is grading Funko Pops. Yay! Just like comic books, because Funko's at that point now. It's something that I've been in the works for a little over a year, working with it all, making sure everything got everything together and had a good product to actually get to people so they wouldn't be like, I mean, there's some other graded ones out there, but they're just horrible looking. I'm sure you guys have seen the headless Herschel that was a graded one that sold for like $3,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was the first official one that was actually sold. That was a graded pop that was sold.
Holy crap.
The problem with it is the box that it's in is so big that it could literally rattle around in the box and lose the grade that it's got if someone just shook it.
Oh, not good.
So that's in theory is a great idea, and they kind of had the idea, but the problem also is the company that makes them, they grade pretty much any action figure that you can send to them and they'll grade it, so they're not specifically centered on Funko Pops. And that was my big thing that I wanted, was to do nothing but Funko Pops.
But why? What made you want to do this? Is it because you wanted it for yourself and you thought that it would be good for the rest of the community? Were you tired of seeing other versions of it that weren't as good as you thought it should be? What was your drive behind this whole VVGS idea?
So the main drive was, I'm a huge comic book collector too. So my drive was condition. We all buy pops on eBay, on Facebook, absolutely 100 different types of places, and we don't know the exact condition that something's going to be in. And this was the same problem that comics had back in the 90s, was people were like, cool, this looks great in this picture, and then when you get it, it's been traded out for something else. It's not the same thing. But the main drive that I had was, I had collected comics for almost 20-something years now, which is a headache to even just say aloud, and it's like, oh man.
Do you have more comic books than you have Funko Pops?
Yeah, I have almost 3,500 comic books.
Wow, that's a lot of comic books.
Yeah.
That's quite the collection.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some decent ones. I've got some first appearances. I've got some things like that. I've got my Deadpool, my Wolverine. My first issue is a Deadpool and Wolverine right there that I keep on my desk right here. So, I mean...
Oh, that's sweet, man. That's
awesome.
And,
amazing.
I also have my Deadpool there, too.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that, dude. That's awesome.
But the thing that really got me started was actually getting my first graded comic.
Very
nice.
nice.
Cool.
So this is actually like a Scott Campbell, not Scott Young, sorry, Scott Campbell signed #1 issue that was a gradient variant. It was a hard variant to find anyway, and then it's actually signed by him.
That's sweet.
Wow.
And it's a 982 on top of it. So
what's that comic book valued at?
It's not a high valued comic because it's more of a comic that I liked. It's Gwenpool. Not a lot of people liked Gwenpool.
Okay.
I thought Gwenpool was awesome.
Yeah, cool character.
Yeah, and I mean, but with the signature and with the grade that it has, I think I've seen it up to about 150 or so.
That's
that's not
really
bad.
cool.
That's not bad for a comic book, right?
What's that?
I said not bad for a comic book, right?
No, not bad for a comic book. I mean, I have some Wolverine variants that if I did get them graded, could be worth a couple $100, but it's just never really have the time to do it. Plus, you have to have a membership to get it done and everything else like that. So it's always kind of a pain to do that kind of stuff.
That is a pain.
So that was kind of the reason why I started doing this is I kind of brought the passion of the two things together with my Funko Pop collection and the comic book grading. And I was like, well, I looked for what had to be a good 3 months to see if there was a solid product that already existed that was out. And I'm like, somebody's got to already be doing this. Someone has to already be the CGC or somebody of the pop
ahead
grading.
Of the curve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, somebody has to exist. Nobody.
Wow.
There's nobody that specifically grades Funko Pops until now.
Incredible. So you have pretty much 100% of the market.
Well, I'm gonna get. I want to get that. I want to get the market, and I think that's the whole reason that I'm going out and talking now. Is like I sent you the demo is to show the big difference in what people have already tried versus what I have. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a demo box there, and you can he will go through the explanation because he did explain this to us the other night. In fact, what was interesting is you showed us your Mark 1 box and a couple of Mark like 2 and 3 and probably 4, 5, 6, 7 behind that. But these boxes are pretty incredible. So it has like a little stand here, and you can have the data here telling you what the pop is and all that kind of jazz. And then the pop fits in there. And I'll tell you what, right now, I could throw this across the room and I could throw it probably against a wall and nothing will happen to it. This is a pretty solid case here. Yeah. That's a solid case.
The ones that I've seen, now I don't know if everyone watching has seen any graded Funko Pops, but aside from this one that I'm holding right now, the only ones I've ever seen have boxes that are like twice the size of a Funko Pop, and it's just like floating around in there.
Yeah.
So like he said, you could just shake it around and you could damage it.
Right.
But with this, like...
It's not going anywhere.
He's not moving.
I mean, it's
like
not...
I've got confidence in that thing.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. It's not doing anything.
It's not moving anywhere. So it's a pretty impressive thing, which is part of the reason why we wanted you on. I mean, considering also that you are a collector. You mentioned 3,500 comics. I was wondering how many pops do you have?
Well, I sold almost half of my pops to start the business. So, which...
Oh, I see.
That was kind of a little dagger to the side, but I really wanted to actually get this going. I at one point in time had close to 850.
Wow.
So I'm probably down to about 300-400 now.
Wow.
So,
okay. Well, that's still a good number. I mean, that's a high number, right?
Yeah.
I mean any other person, and you're talking a guy the other day at work. He never knew I collected any of this stuff, and he came in and he saw I have the Step Brothers at work, and he saw them like on one of my my desk things, and he goes, "Oh, so what are those?" And I explained, and I said, "Yeah, we have close to 1,000 between my fiance and I." And he looked at me and he goes, "So what mental institution are people thinking that you belong in?" And I was like, "Well, people collect things. People have a lot of things." I go, "It's not that big of a deal." But when you hear, like, when talking to people and they say they have like 100 of them, like for us, we're like, "Oh, that's a pretty good amount, right?"
You're like a starter. That's cute.
Yeah, right.
But we all started somewhere.
Right, exactly.
What's crazy is I got up to 100 after about like a month and a half of collecting.
Yeah. It's easy.
Like,
it goes quick.
It's crazy.
It's amazing. I don't know how many times I told myself, okay, everyone's heard this. I'm only going to collect this one.
Right. Right, that's how it always goes.
No, that's how it always goes for Chris.
That's just the can of worms that you're opening up. I said, I remember I was like, okay, I know Dragon Ball Z's got a lot. I like Dragon Ball Z. I'm only going to collect the Super Saiyans.
Hold on, say that again. I'm only going to collect the Super Saiyans?
Yeah, just the Super Saiyans. I just wanted one of each Super Saiyan.
No, point it up towards the pop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah, I mean, I know. And that's the funny thing about Funko Pops. Oh. I think they're just at the right price point that you go out and buy them and you don't feel bad.
Well, they're at a great price point because you can do everything from, getting one or two to actually saving to get that nicer one if you want.
Right. The Grail.
Exactly. That's and I actually just got one of those this past convention that I went to. So
what did you get?
Here, right here. Let me grab him real quick.
Oh, I see. Whis.
Metallic Whis.
Nice. That's awesome. Oh, and he's graded too.
Yes, I had to. He was in such good condition. This is actually the highest graded pop that has come through right now.
Wow.
And I didn't grade it. I have a team of people. Some people are like, you just grade your own pops. No, I don't. I don't grade my own pops. That you can't. It's not, quote, fair. And I totally understand that. And that was a big thing that people said at the beginning. I actually have a team of about 2 or 3 other people that they all do grading too. So all of the stuff that's actually mine, I didn't grade. And
That's awesome.
it took them probably a good hour to do this one because they were trying to find something wrong with it. They're like, we can't give him this high of a grade. We can't. They're like, he doesn't deserve it. They're like, he can't get that high of a grade. He can't have the high grade one. Because right before that we had a 9.4, and like even at a 9.6, the common person just looking at it, I would challenge them to see what's wrong with it.
So I have a question. Let's consider proprietary. What goes into your business? What is proprietary? Let's not talk about that, obviously.
Yeah.
But can you walk us through the grading process to some degree? We do.
Yeah,
Now, by the way, along with this, we do have a question by Broken Pikachu Tail, who's here, who sent us our very first Hot Toys, which blew my friggin' socks off, and I think I blew an eardrum for my screaming. Besides grading the box and the pop condition, do you certify authenticity? So touch upon that, and also touch upon the process of the grading.
Yeah,
So I'll start with the
consider in the grading process.
Okay, so I'll start with the authenticity. So we even have signature series now.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
So this was actually got at the convention, signed by the voice actress for Zeno, the American
cool.
voice actress. And she was cool. I was actually part of the security detail at the convention. So I talked with her for like 4 or 5 hours. It was really kind of cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
But the things that we have to go for authenticity is just pretty much like anything else, especially if it comes down to a signature. For a signature, we're looking for that, either the COA, the sticker, a picture, a video, kind of. If you got something graded, you kind of already know what we're looking for when it comes in terms of a signature. Okay. There's, like I said, you go to the convention, they give you the sticker, they give you a written piece of paper that has that signature. You don't have to send it to us. Just send us a picture of it. Send us, the little video of you getting a selfie with the person and the pop. We just need that little extra, something that we can confirm with it. When it comes to authenticity of a pop, because we all know that there's a lot of Planet Arlia Vegetas floating around that are super fake.
Right. Oh, yeah, too many.
We actually, that's why sometimes our grading process, that's why we say right now it could be 4 to 6 weeks, because we do research on the pop. If we have any inkling that it is a fake or not real, we will do the research. That's when you start seeing these random posts in pop groups from people you may not know. That may be somebody on my team that's got an account somewhere that's doing their research and finding out. We take the time to actually certify it, because if it is a fake, it does receive a grade, but the grade is an NG, which is a not gradable.
Ah, okay.
Interesting.
So because what you're doing when you send a pop to us, you're paying for a box and a grade, and we give you a box and a grade. If it's fake, it gets a grade of not gradable, and you still get it sent back to you sealed in the box. And if you go onto the little back, like with the back of yours, you have the little barcode, you can scan it, and it will actually take you to the grading and the reason why. So if it was an NG, then it was probably found out to be fake.
Okay.
It will say on the page suspected fake.
Interesting.
And you can always, ask why, ask questions on stuff like that. But the sources that we use, we're talking to like top collectors that typically have the real pop, and we know we can do a side-by-side comparison and find out. So trying to pull one over is just going to prolong the process, and we're going to find out. It's not going to be it's not going to be something that you're going to get past us.
Let's talk pricing. How much do I pay to send my pop to you, to have it graded, sealed in a case, sent back to me, the whole shebang?
So it varies. The main flat line is $40 right now.
Okay,
so,
not bad, reasonable.
Yeah, and that's for a signature series. That's for anyone right now. We're not because there's not much of a process right now, and we're not really backed up right now. Now when you get to the website and you pull it down, there's different variations of insurance levels based on what you believe your pop is worth.
Okay.
So you can choose the insurance level, because when we ship it back to you, we're going to be putting that insurance that you picked on the pop to return it.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
Okay.
So and the other variable is we have kind of a fast pass, if you will. We have the standard time, which there's no extra charge for. Then we have expedited, and then we have rushed service. So if you're trying to get one of these done in and out in a week, it's going to cost you some money, but it can get done.
Okay, that's
cool.
Yeah, there's different tiers. I think somebody did it one time, and for the one that they chose, which was like at a $500 level, it was about $65 out the door. So
yeah, because I actually I'm asking for the viewers, and I'm asking for myself, because my personal Grail pop is a Stan Lee signed Spider-Man, and I am very interested in doing this for that particular pop. So after we talk, after this whole conversation, the interview and everything, I'm going to talk to you about how I can get that to you and how we can do the whole process. I think that would be great specifically for that one, since it does have an autograph.
Question.
And whenever the ones that have, like, whenever people send something, we always ask them to, when they send something, especially like that, I'd ask, hey, is it okay if we, use the images on our site? Because if somebody doesn't want anybody to know that they got theirs done, we understand it's personal. And it's just kind of like with comics. Some people want to know, how many of this specific one are out there. And that's another thing, is we also will have a database that tells you how many of which ones are graded.
Right.
So you can say, this is the only one that's graded, or this is the 2 of 3 that are graded, but this is the only 9/6 that's graded.
Okay.
So
yeah, no, you could use all the pictures all you want. I can. It doesn't matter to me, because when I have things autographed, I never have them write my name or anything. It's just literally their autograph, and sometimes I'll ask them to write like a little quote or something.
Yeah, like I have a Master Roshi that says Kamehameha on it.
Right, yeah,
and
right.
the guy's name.
But for Stan Lee, at the time that I had it signed, God rest his soul, unfortunately, he was so ill that he would literally write nothing but his name or sign his name. So kind of sad at the time, but
that was one of my things that it's kind of bummed me out, because that was one of my bucket list items.
Yeah,
was to meet him and get something signed. So now I'm just kind of like, it is what it is. Now my thing is to try to find something signed that has meaning to me somehow.
Sure.
Signed by him, which that'll be long down the road, and I'll find something somewhere.
I would say if it were me and I didn't have my pop, I would say it would be a Captain America shield. If I could get a Captain America shield of any kind with his signature on it, and then eventually I would try to track down Chris Evans and have him sign it.
Yeah,
I think that would just make such a great item.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Chris Evans would be the type of guy that would intentionally sign his name really small on it and be like, I'm like nothing compared to this signature next to me.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, you got to think about it. Outside of Pops, obviously, we're talking about something completely different now. But when you have something like that signed, like a shield or something, that kind of concerns me, because, as an example, the Stan Lee, of course, I have it in one of the cases. Not a case like this, obviously.
Hard stack.
But the hard stack case, yeah. So it concerns me if it would sit out without the hard stack. You know what I'm saying? Like, would it wear off?
Oh yeah. I mean, if you don't I wouldn't even know where to start. Like you said, if it was like that shield that you have like right there in your, that you guys have.
Oh, right.
It would be, what do you do? Put Scotch Guard on it? Like, how would you even protect that from getting, you know,
Right.
just
How do you?
fading over time.
That's exactly. I thought about the same exact thing. That would concern me big time.
Because I had a football that I had signed by like a coach when I was going to a school where back in 2004 when I first went to college. And you look at the football now, I actually just threw it in a box. It just looks like a football.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm a moron.
That sucks, though, right?
So
here's a question. So with these cases and everything,
yeah.
Are you? And I'm not trying to ask the hard questions, but I feel like this is sort of a hard
go
question.
for it.
Are you promising with this case that it will not degrade the pop, will not degrade the box that it's in, will not degrade like autographs? Are you stating, or are you coming out and saying that this is going to protect it all the way around?
Yes, and it's got UV. It's got since it's 2 millimeters of acrylic, it actually has UV protection as well.
Awesome.
So that's and with how I have only one of our guys on our team, and I still don't know how he does it. He's the one that actually puts the bases into them. I still don't know how he does it.
No kidding.
I don't know
He's
how
the
he
only
does
one
it
that puts this bottom part on.
Yeah, I actually let's see if I have. I'm trying to find. I used to have one that the base could actually come off.
Do you have Mark 1 anywhere? The one you showed us the other day?
Oh yeah, let me grab it.
I would love for people to see where this started. So while he's looking, or while he's grabbing that, now I want you to see that this case, I mean, nothing looks more official than this. This looks beautiful. It has tamper tape actually down here. So if you would rip this, there would be a tamper seal. It would leave stuff behind, right? Showing you that it has been opened and that the grading and everything is wiped clean. He started making these by doing a little test that he ran. What, you went to you went to Home Depot?
Yep, that's where I first made my first 2 or 3 of them.
Okay,
I physically made them myself.
Let's see Mark 1 because that one's the most interesting to me.
I can't wait to see the comments start flowing on Mark 1 here. This is like Iron Man Mark 1 in the cave, okay?
Right, right.
And forget my dogs; they're going crazy for some reason. This is Mark 1.
There's a car out there. Yeah, they're excited. They love the box.
That's awesome.
This is it. It was literally and it was a box that I got off of eBay that had a pop in it. And I literally just took a knife to it and was like, something that I can display like this and have this there. And I was like, I thought this is the Mark 1.
Right. Yeah. So when you started this, when did you start this? When did you start that? When was that Mark 1?
That was almost a year ago.
Oh, so this has been a year in the making.
Oh, that was just the Mark 1 for the box. I've been doing the research and the process, like making the process and building the formula for the grading for probably 6 months prior to that.
No kidding. Wow.
Because the process, I was like, okay, I can't do anything for a box until I have a process. So once I got the process, I was like, okay, now that I have the process, I need a box.
Ah, right.
So I got that, and then I'll kind of show the Mark II and then the Mark III, which the final was actually made off of the Mark III, if you will.
Oh, okay.
So Mark II was this. It was really simple, except it had 3 pieces. It had...
Oh.
Which... That's what I was like, it needs a base, so I just was like, I just made a base for it. And
that's cool.
But the big problem that we had was, okay, how do we, like, if we put, like, tape or something on the side there, it's going to block some of the pop.
Right.
So I was like, okay, well, the next one.
Oh, so that's how this case is.
Correct.
Okay, so this case is only sealed by this tamper sticker.
Correct.
Gotcha.
But it is so we actually then took the entire process, put it into put it into a CAD program, got it down to like centimeters and millimeters based on paper size and thickness for labels and everything to make sure that when we put those labels and everything in there, I won't say it's airtight because I can't officially say that, but good luck. Like, I know I can't use certain terms because of being a company and all, but good luck. It's
it's in there.
Like I said, only one person on our team can even put that thing in there, and we still don't know how he does it. He somehow like walks into the back room and like puts it together and comes back out, and he's like he's done.
A magician.
Yeah, and because he's like, and he's even had a couple times where he's like, this one's too tight, I can't do it, and he's had to like swap bases out with different ones.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean they're that.
So people that are just getting in here, just checking this interview out. So we do have Sean here from VVGS, and what he is talking about are these graded boxes that his company is behind. So you can send your pops to him. He will grade them. His company will grade them. They'll put them in these fancy cases, tamper stickers, the tamper seals. So if you try to open them, you'll leave some debris behind, showing that it has been opened. And then they also put on these like little slips here, giving you some information about the Funko Pop. And then back here it tells you about VVGS. That is the Vinyl Vault Grading System. It's the original. He's the only guy doing Funko Pop specifically, which is very, very impressive. Which is, like I was saying before, this is part of the reason why I wanted you on, because this is something that's becoming very important now, right? I mean, Funko started, now it feels like 100 years ago, but now Funko Pops are so huge. I mean, at one point in time, you had these hardcore Funko collectors. Now it's everybody and their brother are collecting these things. Yeah. And when they go and pick them up, like I have a James Gunn over there. James Gunn is what, a $300 pop, just say, give or take. He's in good shape. Would it be good to have him graded because he's a higher end pop? Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? You grade everything else. You grade comic books. You grade action figures. These are meant to be graded as well. We want to know what the value of our items are, and if you know that it actually has a grade on it, you keep it for life, or you can turn it around and sell it and make a few bucks, knowing what the actual grade is. That's how they sell comics as well. But I think this is brilliant, and I think it's really cool that you're the first. How do I say this? You're the first guy to do it.
Funko Pop
specific,
exclusive,
right?
Yes.
Funko Pop exclusive.
Yep, only Funko Pops, right. And currently only the 4-inch ones. Currently, we're getting the next. Once we start kind of hitting our stride with it, I think the next size that we're going to shoot for is the 6-inch ones.
Ah, cool.
Because we've been getting a lot of feedback, and most of the feedback is the 6-inch ones. And the main reason for that we can tell is that's kind of the main ones that are the next ones that have a lot of value to them. Okay. I mean, there are some 2-packs and 4-packs, and there's. Believe me, I've been doing the research on all of it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, one day I hope I have the problem where I have to have like 20 different boxes for all the grading, Right.
There's a question that popped up, and I'm not sure if is that aimed at us, Heather, by Broken Pikachu Tail?
I'm not sure.
Is the population report free? Does that make any sense to you?
Say that again?
Is the population report free?
Yes. So okay. I think if what he's asking is how many of which ones, we will be getting that posted and putting it. We've got our database of what we have. We will have that on a link on our page eventually. It will once there's kind of something to report, we'll have them. Because right. I know a bunch of people, just like with comic books, they want to know how many of which ones are out there and already graded. So they, like I said, they can say, I've got the only one, I've got the first one, I've got the highest graded one. So
we do have a couple questions coming in. I don't mean to cut you off, but they're coming in fast. And I would suggest coming up with answers that are quick, only so we can try to dice some of these down a little bit. Yeah. Is any of the pricing companies recognize the grading? So meaning, does PPG, the Stash, are they recognizing the grading yet? Is that something that's well known yet?
Here's the thing. I tried talking to them. They didn't want anything to do with Pops, as far as I knew. I pitched to them, nothing. So really? I don't know if they're not recognizing it because they don't want to do it or not. So that's why I went ahead and did it myself.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need to be licensed by the government to show that you are legit?
Licensed by the government? Not really, because nobody really needs a specific license. All it is a trademark and a copyright, and I hold the copyrights and the trademarks for the process and for the box, the process, the formula for getting the grade. So if any of those other big companies wanted to do this, they'd actually have to come get it from me.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't think there's a Funko Pop grading license out there.
No.
Right.
But the thing of it is this is why I started it and wanted to be the first. So when people go, who do we do? Well, this guy's got it all already.
Right.
So if we want it, we have to go talk to him about it now.
Interesting.
Huh.
So,
well, that's cool. I mean, of course, because you're one of the first people to do it and focus on Funko Pops.
Yeah.
You're sort of now the guy, the grandfather to this thing.
Exactly.
And that's cool. And
it's hard. It's actually really hard because nobody, everybody sees the CGC and everybody who's already well established. If you look at it, when it comes to comic book grading, they've barely been around 20 years, which is a young time in the real world.
Right.
It's the grading of stuff. I mean, like Beckett Entertainment, who has CBCS and everyone like that, they've been around a long time and they've done that. But you have to start somewhere, and somebody has to be the first one.
Right.
I'm the first one. And there's I've had a lot of people say well, how do I know I'm not going to send this to you and you're not going to just keep my pop?
Right.
Hi, here's a full picture, my address, everything's on my website. Why would I put all of that there if I was going to take your stuff and run?
Exactly.
So when somebody comes on and they want to do this with one of their Funko Pops, say, so they go on your website and your website basically guides them through to the point where they have to then mail it to you and all that.
Correct. So what you're doing is you're buying a surface. I'll walk through real quick. If you go to thevvgs.com, very simple. First thing you see is buy it now, which is great, simple, easy, to the point. You click on the buy it now, and a picture, I think of the Weiss one is actually the picture that we have up now. What you're doing is you're buying the service. You're not actually buying Weiss. You're not getting Weiss for $40. Sorry, folks. What you're doing is you're buying the service to get your pop graded. So when you do that, what you're going to do is once you get through everything and we have that order for you, we'll have, we've got John Doe's order. John Doe wants to send one Funko Pop. We put that in a file, and when we get the package from John Doe, we match everything up. We go, all right, John Doe, this is his one that he wants graded. We take it, we get our team to 2 or 3 people typically will actually right now look and grade it, and every single time, because of the formula that we have, everybody gets the same grade. It's a very, very good formula. It's a strict formula too. So it's just like with comics. It's a 10 is impossible. Not impossible, but it is so. The only way that I have figured and calculated that we could get a 10 is if literally somebody hand folded up the box from Funko and grabbed a pop off the line and hand put everything in there by hand.
Wow.
And with gloves on.
So this grading system isn't even so let me get this straight. Are you grading the box and the way the box looks, or are you grading also the
box
pop
and the pop
Yes.
and the cut and the paint and everything on the pop?
Just like what Heather said. So we're also very cautious on the paint. All right, we all know that the paint's not perfect. The main thing that we're talking about when it comes to the paint is paint colors where they're not supposed to be. So
overspray.
Well, not necessarily overspray. We're talking I had a Darth Vader that had a drop of black paint on his lightsaber.
Oh, I see. Oh, I got you. Like a speckle of paint somewhere.
Yeah. Now,
Gotcha.
We all know that the lines aren't going to be perfect. I understand that. Believe me, I've gone through hundreds of these and went through hundreds of these coming up with the whole process of this. The main other things that the pops typically get hit for is if they have like a weapon and it's like bent or warped or heated. If there is like a big chunk or a blemish or like a smear on it, those are going to be the big things that we're gonna take into account. So something like the ones that you'll do really good on that pops will grade really well is like the chrome ones, like the Thanos chrome ones. Probably won't have any hits on them because they just get sprayed one solid chrome color.
Oh, right.
And then nothing touches them. So those pops will get high grades as long as the box is good, because you can't really mess up a chrome paint job.
Sure. Right.
So
that's almost like the easiest way to go. Well, what if it's painted and it has like bubbles or something? I mean, does that come in? Is that considered?
I mean, we look under a microscope. I mean, I have like a couple of these microscopes here. It's going to have to be significant. Like, I mean, if there's like a bubble in the paint, probably. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's a hit. Sure. It's not perfect.
So I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Oh, no, you're fine.
But like I'm trying to understand fully. So you're somewhat lenient on the paint jobs because you know Funko screws up sometimes. Yes. Okay, cool. Because he just got one. I don't know where it's at, but it was from the Marvel Collector Corps. It was that angel.
Oh my gosh,
that you got
Angel,
with
yeah.
the overspray,
overspray of the hair.
It's
horrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Correct. But again, this is something we take into effect, and when we're doing stuff like that, we'll look at 5 or 6 different angels. We'll see and if the majority of them were like that, then that's something that is out of anybody's control. Yeah. That is a common thing. Mine's not down here, but I was just going to grab my angel and look at it. But no, that was a big thing. And the thing that also stinks, especially with that angel box, was some of them so many of them got crushed. That's just like, but unfortunately that still has to get graded like that.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. And now the one thing that people have asked a lot is, because we all know that there's like 2 different ways the Funkos come. They have like, some of them have that bow on the plastic, and some of them have that dead straight angle.
Right.
That is not a factor.
Okay.
Because
that's interesting.
I mean, some people, because different factories operate, the Vietnam factory and the China factory, and yes, I've dug deep into knowing what comes out of the China and the Vietnam factories, knowing which ones come out of where.
That's good, though. I mean, that's good. That's what we want to hear if we're sending our pops to get graded by you. I mean, you're saying you're hitting all the right notes.
Oh yeah, and that is not it's not a factor, because if you think about it, it doesn't affect the box any. It's not, because it's not straight perfect. Well, if they're not straight perfect, I guarantee you that, what was it? I was looking at one of my Marvel ones, and I went to a store, and every single one was like that.
Right.
That means they were made that way. That means it's not a defect. It's not nothing that can be helped or done. If every single one is like that, then that's how it is.
Right, exactly. That's just the way way that it is. Heather has a bunch of different questions here that she wants to sling at you violently.
Okay, so the first one from John: what happens if you drop it and it moves after it's been graded? And I would assume he does not mean like moves inside this.
Okay.
What if somehow the pop came loose? I guess is
okay. It's the same type of thing with comics. If that happens, which again is going to be extremely hard, because the case is going to absorb most of that, and with your insert that you have, and I've tried it too. I've tried it on a bunch. I've tried it. I have yet to have that happen. So the best thing to do would be to send it back. It's just the same as like a comic. Like if the box gets cracked too, if it drops and the box cracks,
which is not likely.
Which is not likely. But hypothetically, I mean, I don't know. maybe you have a steamroller and you're getting frisky and you want to try something with it. I don't know.
I would actually like to try the steamroller theory.
I think the steamroller will win, or it'll just start pushing it along the edge.
We're gonna start daring people. Oh, get your pop graded and then run it over with a steamroller. What is the next question, Heather? You said you have a barrel of questions here.
Okay.
But no, just to finish that one, if it does, is all we would charge is a reboxing charge.
Cool.
Oh, good.
So
well,
it would just be, I think it's half the price. We haven't had anybody ask yet, but that's already been talked about, and we just like with comics that get a reslab charge, it's just you're just charging because it shouldn't affect the grade, and all you have to do is just rebox it then.
So, quick question, just for all of us to know: shipping. How much does shipping cost me? Or when you say $40, is shipping included in that fee?
Shipping's not included because it's all based on where you live, and it will calculate that when you're going in to figure that out. It calculates where you are to where it needs to be shipped to, and it will calculate shipping in after that.
And the same with the box replacement.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I want to cover. I want to make sure we know that. Okay, good.
Cool. So another one was asking where you got the authority to grade. Now, I'm assuming that you came out with a formula and then you and all your... Okay, so I don't know if you had mentioned this. I'm sort of paying attention to the chat and trying to pay attention here. But last night when we were talking to you, or the night... I don't even remember. The night before.
Whatever.
Whenever that happened, you mentioned that if you and the other people that you work with all look at the pop, every single one of you, every single time, give it the same exact grade because of this formula you've come up with.
Correct.
Which is really cool. So, your Weiss, for example, he's graded a 9.6 by multiple different people. 3
other people, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Well, the question is, where did he get the authority?
Yeah.
And I get this question a lot.
Okay.
I made it. There is no seriously. There was no way.
The person who started the comic book thing had to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
How did the Wright brothers have the authority to make a plane? They did it.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's the thing. No, nobody else was doing this solely for Pops, so I did it. So I am the authority technically now for it.
Right.
Exactly.
So if somebody else tries to do this specifically for Pops, they don't have the authority because I'm the one with the authority. I didn't have to go get the authority because there was no authority to get.
Right. Sure. You had all rights to you to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Very good answer. Okay. Now, so I have 2 of the same sort of question.
Okay.
People are just asking about, I guess, the grading.
Okay.
So the one that makes the most sense to me to ask is, how would/could you determine pricing from the grades, a 7 versus an 8.5?
And this is my quick and simple answer. I don't.
Okay.
Because
how could someone...
That's all on everybody else out there. That's the whole reason I'm doing this is for you all to get them graded and you create that secondary market.
Cool.
I do nothing with pricing. All I do is grade it. Like the comic book people that grade, they don't create the prices for the comics. There's a whole other person that takes all their data and figures it all up and goes, all right, based on all this is what they're valued at now. So if, like I said, now that there's only one metallic Weiss at a 9.6, people go, okay, well, if metallic Weiss is around like 150 roughly right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's the only one that's at a 9.6. Some people would say double it because it's only one. I mean, the main thing that what most people have done, and this happens in the comic book world or trading world or any other place, you typically add what was put into it to the end price. And then it's kind of based on what somebody will pay.
Right.
I mean, that's how Stashpedia works. That's how Pop Price Guide works. I go on there every single day and see how stuff fluctuates. I don't control that. I don't want to control that. The people that get the stuff are the ones that control that.
Right. Well, it's all up to the person who's buying it, right? So it's what it is worth to them. And that's the same thing that Stashpedia and PPG follow. Whatever it's worth to somebody and what they're willing to pay on eBay is
Yep.
what the value is currently set to.
Correct.
Yeah, Stash and PPG basically takes the average. So, for example, if you have a Jason Voorhees pop, for example, and the box is crap and it sells for
Yep.
$20, but then you have one and it sells for $40 because it's in great condition, the average will then be $30 because that's
Correct.
Right.
And then
right
people
in
know that a mint or a better one is worth twice as much as the regular one. Same thing with this. All right. I know that this is a 9.6. It's the only 9.6. That's literally, as far as anyone knows, the best one out there, period, right now. So would you pay twice the price to have the best one out there? Probably.
Right. Exactly. So I have a question, and it's kind of wrapped in. I'm going to wrap in a couple of things around it. Okay. So here's my question that's going to turn into like 3.
Okay.
1, how do I trust you with my high-end pop? I have a $1,000 pop. I'm sending it to you. I'm putting it inside of a case. I'm putting it in a box. I'm shipping it. $50 shipping because I'm making sure this thing doesn't get damaged. 1, that's question 1.
Okay.
Question 2, it's inside of a box. When I send it to you, it's in some sort of protector. Do I get that back? Question 3, what is the highest end pop that you have graded thus far? Highest end, like the most expensive pop that you graded thus far, which I think you might have said, no, Weiss was their highest end pop so far, graded wise. Somebody asked if you had graded a headless Ned Stark, so we can kind of tie that in the back end of it.
Okay. So
lots of questions. Holy cow.
I remember
Can you
the second,
remember?
third one. What was the first one again?
The first one was, I send my pop to you in a case and it's protected. How am I trusting you that you're going to protect this thing?
Okay. First off, as soon as it gets to us, we actually never touch your pop with our bare hands.
Good to know. Okay.
We have gloves. We
Awesome.
have high-end microfiber jeweler's gloves.
Special
We never
pop
actually
gloves.
physically touch your pop. The moment that we get the box, we open it we've got our, knives and scissors and everything. We all have gloves on. So once it gets here, nothing ever gets touched except with this.
Okay.
So that's one of the, for conditioning. As far as when you're sending it, if you send it in a hard stack, we're either going to be keeping it or we reuse it and we send it back out to people, like to other things, because you're getting something that's probably 10 times better than that hard stack.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
if you send a hard stack, you're not getting it back. That's
correct.
bottom line.
And the reason behind that too is we don't want to have to charge you twice for the shipping, because that's going to be a huge box at that point, a huge box.
Gotcha.
And that was one of the unfortunate things that we did realize that, most people are going to be sending them in hard stacks. And, at the time I was like, I want to send it back, but at the same time, I don't think anybody wants to have to pay to have a box that's twice as big, because you're pretty much getting the vault, and then you'd be getting that back.
Yeah,
and it would probably, more than likely, no offense, would probably more than likely break being empty.
Right.
So you would just be mad, and I don't want anybody mad or upset. So yeah, if you do send it in one of those, we do keep them. We reuse them. Typically, the things that we use them for, because we do a lot of like donations and stuff, we'll like take stuff to donating places in those. We're thinking about eventually being at conventions. We then kind of use those to put them in until they get into a vault. So,
gotcha.
What was the third part?
I'll get to that.
One.
I'll get to that, but I'm just going to weigh in only because you're talking about, hey, you don't get your hard stack back. You're getting this pop in a case. I'll just weigh in by telling you that I collect a lot of pops. I have a lot of pops. I've done a lot of trades. I've done a lot of sales, buying this, that, and the other thing. The fact that I'm sending you a pop in a hard stack, 1, is giving me insurance that it's making there safe.
Yeah.
2, it's being returned in a case that is much more durable and long-lasting than the case that I sent it in to begin with. And 3, the fact that you're able to do something with it. You're gonna whatever. It doesn't matter. That part doesn't even matter to me. The fact that my hard case is going to be out there somewhere. The whole point of the hard case was to store that a high-end pop that I had it in. I already have a case now. All is good. So I can't see how anybody should or how anybody could be upset about that. I guess.
I mean, because what you're doing is you're upgrading your armor.
Right. Exactly. Precisely.
You know. You're taking level 50 and making it level, 200.
Right. Right.
Hold on. What was I going to ask?
Well, we have a question from Broken Pikachu Tail.
I know we have a question.
Okay.
But there was something that I wanted to ask, but I completely lost it. So Broken Pikachu Tail asked, once I get my graded pop back, is there a way to know what you took off points for?
Yes. So.
Oh, nice.
Well, I won't tell you the number of points for what, but I will. Like on the back of it, the back of the pops have a barcode on them.
Ah, okay.
So your barcode will actually take you to our demo page.
Oh, okay.
So this barcode for this one, if I scan it in, and I'll even hold it steady here for a second if somebody wants to actually like try and scan it. It will actually take them to the graded page for this specific pop.
Okay, cool.
I actually can't remember if this one's up or not yet, so don't. It may not be for this one yet because this one just got done, but it will take you to your page just like what the comics have, and it will say this on this side, this on this side, this on this side. It'll say like scratches on front panel, smudges on left panel. So it's the front, left, right, top, bottom, and back.
Cool.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it will actually have all that filled out and explain what. And that's also why I designed the box the way that it is so you can actually see every single angle of it and see the remarks and be like, yeah, that's totally there. Yeah, they're dead on that.
So the question that popped up, the third question that we never got to. So what is the most high-end pop you've ever graded, and have you graded Headless Ned Stark?
I have not graded Headless Ned Stark. Please send me one. I would love to. I would love to do something like that. I would love to do an original Green Lantern, a Shazam. Currently the highest end that we've done right now, I think, was an reverse Deadpool, inverse Deadpool.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. It's the mainly black with the red markings on it.
Right.
We currently have 5 that are coming in. We have an Error Tupac, I think, that's coming in.
Cool.
We have a bunch of others. I have one person he sent me a picture of 10 pops because he doesn't know which one he wants to send, and all 10 in the picture were, I think, over $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, the picture that he sent me, I started just salivating. I was like, oh my god. And he's like, eventually all of them, but I don't know which one to choose first. I was like, I was like, the glow-in-the-dark Green Lantern from, 2010 would be cool. But, and the biggest thing right now is trust. And I understand that. That's why I'm here. And again, if I said it earlier and I'll say it again, if I wasn't trustworthy, I would be giving you some fake address somewhere. I wouldn't be on here with my face showing you, talking to you guys. I've got a collection. I don't need yours in my collection.
Right.
I want this to grow, and the best way for this to grow is to get those high-end ones in. And if people like them and send those high-end ones in, you'll get it back and it's graded. You got the first one. Not only that, you show it off to people. Other people go, okay, cool, we can trust this guy. We can send him something else.
Absolutely.
And then it just starts to build.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, that one that you first sent, its original value was, $200-300, and now because you got the first graded one, it's now valued at like $400 or $500.
Right.
Absolutely. It's all about the collecting, and any time people collect something is because they want it to become more valuable. This is how you make it become more valuable. You put that grade on it, you seal it up, and what you're doing is you're building this as well. I've been to multiple people on different channels. I've been with, I'm sure most people in here, he may even be in here, I haven't looked. Cletus Selden, he's been a big person that I've been doing stuff with. I do an interview with him once a month right now, just kind of letting everybody know the new things that are coming out. Even Top Pops, I sent him a demo. I'm sending stuff to people that are big name people. Yeah. And if any of those people that are on and want to talk to me about getting a demo or sending something in, let me know, send me a message. And this is how it grows. You guys can all be like, oh man, I remembered when I was watching the Gastlecast, 3 years ago when this guy was first starting, and now he's got his own like slot at like New York Comic Con, right, hooked up with these people, and he's at the convention doing this now, and I was one of the people that got one of the first ones done. This is the time to do that. Just like when comics were first getting done, I guarantee you people were going, why the heck am I going to get a comic book graded? That's silly. I got it in a sleeve. I got it in a plastic thing. Why else would I need anything?
Right. No.
You know?
Yeah. I totally agree with you. And you're right. This is the right time for people to jump in. This is going to catch, and people are going to start doing this more often. You'll be at cons. You'll be collecting pops at cons to grade them, yep. And it's going to be a whole deal. But let's get down like lower past the business. Let's talk about you and your collecting. Okay. So how long have you been collecting Funko Pops? Have you been doing this for a while?
I've been doing Funkos since about, I think, 2015.
2015. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And you started off, you said you got up to about 800 and some Funko Pops about then?
Yeah, I got up to, I had a Game of Thrones collection that would boggle most people's minds.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay.
Unfortunately, I knew that was valuable, and it still is still the dagger in my side, and maybe one day I'll get it back. But that was one of the main sets that I had to let go to start this company.
Wow.
It was kind of rough. I read the books before the series ever came out, and and I loved it. And I'm still only in like season 4 or something. Okay, don't hate. I'm a slow watcher. I'm still getting back into it.
Chris and I are so slow that we still haven't watched it. So
yeah, we never got into it. Unfortunately,
not yet.
Yeah,
not
but
yet.
I got that was a big big one, because I had every single one. People were like, I had all the dragons, the metallic dragons. I had all everything, every single one. And I knew that if I let it go, that would be. I knew I had to let something go. One of my sets had to go for me to start getting the money. And what better way to start something for it than with your current, thing that your current passion. If you can use that to continue it, then why not?
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
So,
so it seems like that you're very involved in your business, and that's like the most important thing right now. But do you find time to connect with the community? Are you a part of a local group? We're a part of a local group here in Maryland, and we absolutely love it. Mid-Atlantic Collector Corps, they're awesome. Do you find yourself connected to big groups or small groups in your local area?
I've been trying to find something in Columbus, Ohio. If anyone's out there, message me, please.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Please. I've been dying to just try to find even a store or something close by that just the closest places that I found are in Indianapolis. There's a good toy store out there that's got a lot of pops, but there's really I've tried to find something in the area. I really have, and I've never. The closest thing that I've done is I've done some pop swaps in Dayton, Ohio, which is like a couple hours away. There's a flea market that does it once a month that I've gone to to get some stuff and to swap things there, and that's always fun. And you can meet people there. But I wish there was something in Columbus. It's the capital of the state. You would think there'd be like a halfway decent toy store or something somewhere. I found like all these great places like in New York, Indianapolis, in Florida, Kentucky, Alabama, but nothing like in the area. And that's kind of another thing that I've just been like, man, I
Right.
wish there was something close by. I'd love to do something, if I had an invitation to something that was like within like a decent driving distance, I'd bring some of my graded stuff and show them off there easily, not a problem.
So we have two things to mention. One's a question,
Okay.
and one, somebody in the chat actually, LJ the Geek, is mentioning to you that he is in Columbus, Ohio.
There you go.
He said
See?
there are a lot of shops with traders. What's that? A lot of shops around. Is that around AW?
Oh, Traders World. Yeah, that's the
Traders
one.
World,
That's where I
close
go
to
to.
Cincinnati. Okay. And he
Yeah.
goes, tell him to look into the shops at Traders World. Okay, so
Yeah,
close to
I go to.
Cincinnati.
That's where I go. That's where those pop shops I've gone to, and a lot of those shops are good, but and you'll occasionally find a grail or two at those places, but they really overcharge at most of those places.
Right.
They're extremely proud of those, and again, the problem that I have, because I easily go, cool, I can buy it for a little over, grade it, and then but I'm not in it for me. I'm not
Right.
in it because if I wanted to do that, I could do it all day long, and people are like, well, then he's just grading his own things and marking them up. Yeah, and well, I'm not about that. The only ones that are mine that that are graded of mine are ones that are staying in my collection.
Sure.
So because I don't want to be, I definitely don't want to be known as the guy that just oh, I'm going to give everything like a 9. Shoot, where's one? There's one that I have that is graded at like a 7.5 because it's a 7.5. Sure, I'd love for it to be a 9 too. It's
Right.
not.
Right. Heather actually has a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
And during that time, I'm going to step away for a second. I have to use the little boy's room.
Yeah, I need to do that when you're done too.
Okay. Well, then I'll take over
Except
once.
the little girls,
Now,
not the
now
boys.
ask some questions, and we'll get him doing his deal while I'm away for a second. Okay.
Okay, bye. Okay, so someone asked, will you be setting up at any shows?
So the plan right now is in a year. My mark is to try to be set up at a show, and not necessarily my own booth, because I don't know if anybody knows about prices for places like that. They're thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Thousands.
They are not cheap.
My plan right now is to try to talk to some of the toy companies that are, and plus some of the spots you have to get grandfathered in. And again, I've been doing my research. I know the people that are at these. I mean, even like Funko had a hard time getting into New York Comic Con. They had to like talk to some company to like get the spot that they had. But my plan right now is to be an attachment to a currently existing place. So like because I really don't have any product to sell.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is just would be pickups basically. So if I'm attached to like a nice vendor that's got a nice lot of like grail type pieces, what they would then do is sell them and then go, hey, we got VVGS right down at the other side of our thing. You don't even have to carry it around all day. You can literally drop it off with him, pay your money to get it graded, and he'll ship it back to you.
That's cool.
You
That
don't
would
even
be
have
really
to
cool.
worry about it getting damaged or broken the rest of the convention. Just pay the money, drop it off with him. He sticks it in his things right there, and they're safe.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is really that's a really great idea.
Yeah, so that's my plan for conventions. Is I'm taking this first year. Like I said, I'm going to New York Comic Con this year to scout. I'm scouting everything out this first year. I'd love to get to San Diego, but to be honest, mother of gosh, we all know just even getting a ticket to that's near impossible.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try. New York will probably be one of my first ones because it's a little closer. That or Chicago. So I'm probably going to be scouting all of those this year. So I'll probably be out and about at those cons. But it'd probably be a solid year before I actually set up at one.
Cool. Yeah, that'll be really cool.
This is a con question.
Yeah.
Okay.
The second one sort of relates to that. I'm assuming this hasn't been done yet, but do you plan on this? The LJ, who's local to you, asked, do you do the toy shows in Columbus that happen 2 times a year?
I've looked into them. Some of them, I'm going to there's one coming up, I think. I can't remember exactly when. This year is my research year for all of that. So I'll be at that in presence, not in like actual table mode,
Right.
because I want to actually go to them and see if they're worth actually having a table at. So
Would you? So I mean, all things considered, we're talking about a year's time, and I just want people to understand the landscape here, right?
Yeah.
So it's a company, right? So companies
Yeah.
take time because he has to gain consumer interest, consumer trust. I mean, there's a lot of things he has to gain here. For him to go and start at a con right now he would basically, it's like him shooting himself in the foot practically.
Yeah.
I
mean, for me to go to a con right now, like to New York, which typically runs about $5,000 for a table, I would have to sell literally 1,000 of these.
Right. So
1,000.
I mean,
Well, not 1,000, 100. Sorry. Sorry.
realistically, what you need right now, I guess I'm talking really to the audience. What he needs right now is for us collectors to start buying into this and to build a portfolio, right? So you need a portfolio built, especially with higher end pops, your autograph pops. I mean, you need them from all different sides of
everywhere.
The Funko
all different
world.
genres, all different. We need the Jason, we need the horror line, we need the animation, we need the Marvel, we need the old school Tupacs, we need the anything that's. I mean, and the thing that I also tell people is it doesn't have to be a high value one. Just some of the things. I mean, there's some things that I tell people it's not necessarily, even sentimental value can have more meaning to you. I have my number one Deadpool, my first Deadpool I ever got graded. I think that's one of the ones that's a 7.5. He was the first pop I got.
Right.
And even I think what we also added is we added a comment section that if you want, like if it's just a basic pop or something like that, if you want something like on the line, because we have a bunch of lines that we can add to it. Like if you want to be like, this was Sean's first pop, we'll put that on the bottom.
Oh, okay, yeah. So,
yeah.
Okay, so you can add your own little.
Yeah.
You could even add quotes, I guess, too, right?
Oh no.
We're going for like a short little phrase, not like
right. Okay.
something big and long.
Gotcha.
We do put the required information, like we put the name, the series, the number, if it was an exclusive somewhere, and then like on the signed one we have five whole lines.
Gotcha.
On a signed one. So we can't really put like my first pop on top of that.
Gotcha. So it just needs to be short and sweet.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So kind of. Well, we do have one more question. I'll ask that. Then we're going to get to our 3 random questions that Heather selected, as we always love to do during our interviews because it's so much fun. It kind of shakes things up a little bit. The final question that I'll ask for now, and then we'll get back to it. So if someone lived in your area, would you allow local drop off and or pickup? And she follows it with probably a dumb question, but I actually think that's a great question. So
I've actually talked, if you're local and in Columbus, you probably know of there's I don't want to say I almost said their names. I'm working with a couple of 3 or 4 different comic book stores in the area that will actually be drop-off points.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
So that they will. It's kind of like the exact same thing with comic books. Is they charge their price, and but it's obviously going to be less, but it still gets. I'm still working on that. That is a thing. Yes, not yet, but soon. Because I've talked with 3 or 4. Because like I said, I'm a comic book guy. Most of the comic book people in the area know me as Sean, not as the VVGS. Not yet. Some of them do. I've talked to them. I'm actually building displays for them right now that. But they will have little displays and information on how to do that. So yeah,
Sweet.
Yes, but not yet.
Sweet. Okay. And how about for all the ladies out there? Are you a single guy, Sean?
Yes.
Are you looking for love?
I am.
He's looking for love. Oh my! Hold on.
I will. I will add to that with I was divorced 2 years ago, and even that I haven't even been on a date in 2 years because I haven't figured it out anymore. It's been like 10 years since I've been on a date, so I don't know. I don't even know what to do anymore.
Yeah, he's looking for love. He's looking for love. He has a business. He needs a I was gonna say mistress. That's not a good. Well, he could use maybe a mistress. No. He could use a teammate by his side.
Yeah, he needs a teammate, not a mistress. They normally sneak in the back door at night.
No.
What does that mean, Heather?
It means they come through
the back door.
Like they gotta open the fence and everything.
Who's opening a fence?
In the backyard.
Who's opening a fence?
It's the fence. You
mean like clipping a fence open, Heather, and peeling it back?
No.
Is it a spy thing that's happening here?
No, you go through the fence gate, and then you go to the back door. You're like sneaking in. It's like mistresses are sneaky. He doesn't want a sneaky person.
This is Sean's love hour. We're looking for girls in all the wrong places, as Zach Bonifer said. So our 3 random questions are here.
All right.
Prepare yourself. Hold on to your pants. They might blow right off your body. So Heather chose these 3 questions.
So we know who to blame.
Yeah. So we're just gonna start it off. This is interesting. Worst job you ever had?
Oh. Okay. Worst. Are we talking like ever, like even when I was a kid, or like more like recently?
Just like ever. What is the worst job you have ever had in your whole entire life?
I know it's not like. It was landscaping. When I was like 15, 16, I know it doesn't sound bad, but like I grew up in Lower Alabama, so heat was a factor, and the awesome ability to find underground hornets' nests was I was great at finding them, but not realizing that I found them.
Oh no! Until it was too late.
Yeah. So yellow jackets, rattlesnakes, copperheads, cottonmouths. I mean, when you go to your job and you have to wear like snake bite protectors on and carry a machete around,
that's not good.
For landscaping.
There's nothing good about that.
No, that's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, and I did it for like, I think I did it for 2 weeks, and that was it. I was like, I'm done. Like, I don't need money that bad. And I think I picked up like a dishwashing job, which I was originally going to say the worst one, but I think about that, I was like, at least I was in AC. You know?
Yeah, and not getting stung by things.
Yeah, or just hearing that blatant rattle of a rattlesnake and going, oh, well, that's great.
Oops.
Heather, hold on. What was the worst job you ever had?
It's funny. Can you stop with the soundboard? I'm gonna throw that freaking thing out the window.
They're applauding you when you're getting ready, okay?
They can applause after we answer questions. Oh my god.
Alright, so what is the very worst job? What is the very worst job you ever had?
Well, I haven't had it yet, but I know it's going to be being your wife.
Burn!
I actually just came up with that. I wasn't thinking about that the whole time. But
what is it?
Seriously, I picked these questions.
Mm-hmm. And you never think about it.
I didn't think about this one.
Oh my god! How can you pick the question and not think about it?
Well, see, it sucks because I've had a lot of jobs. Not a lot. I've had a few jobs. But one was, I've never really had a bad job. I've had boring jobs. I've had like jobs where I've had weird encounters.
Hold on. Just give me a second. When you make these questions up, it's because you have an interesting answer.
I don't have one.
No. Hold on. You have to have an interesting. Why would you choose them if you don't? Well, I never actually had a bad job.
I did though.
What is happening?
It's between 3.
Oh my god.
Okay, I had a job. You guys can vote. I had a job I swear to you, if you touch this thing one more time when I'm trying to talk, I am going to, like, throw you out the window. Okay.
Hold on. No, bring it. No, bring it.
No.
Listen,
That's
Heather.
When I'm done.
I spent $150 on this thing.
I know
I
you
can
did.
push those buttons like it's the 4th of July. Give me the damn thing.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So you guys tell me what the worst job is. 1, working with kids. Fun job. However, it was the first time I ever got strep throat because kids are little germ factories.
I didn't know where that was going. Okay.
And I had, because I got the strep throat, it turned into tonsillitis, which I could not get rid of.
Oh my god.
And I had to get my freaking tonsils removed when I was 19 years old.
That's a pretty bad job there.
Second one, I worked at Hollister. Don't ask me why. Crappy discount. Didn't hardly fit into their clothes anyway. For some reason, I don't want to say I'm really small, but like I'm a pretty small person, and I had to wear large in their clothes because they were so small. So I hated that story.
Can you just, instead of telling us the rest of this?
Hold on. And all that job was drama. Everyone that worked in that store was so dramatic, and I never have anything dramatic happen in my life like that.
Right.
Like, people started rumors about each other because, like, someone liked somebody else.
It was just high school at a new level.
Yeah, it was disgusting. High school for, like, out of high school people. And then the third one, I worked at a grocery store. Also a very fun job. Probably the most fun aside from what I do now, which is hair. But when I worked there, I had a man, okay? This is probably the worst one. This is probably the best story I have, too, guys. He looked like the human form of a meatball. He was very short and round. He was probably as round as he was short. He had a really thick mustache. And he would purposely come into my line every single time he was there and I was there.
Whoa! You had a fan.
And, oh no, he was
Stalker,
more than a fan.
whatever.
Yeah.
He was probably, I was 18 years old, between 17 and 18. He had to have been at least 60. And he, on like his 4th or 5th visit to my line, he would always get a cart full, by the way. I don't think he had the money to pay for all this, but he wanted a cart full so he could spend more time with me.
Wow.
I'm actually serious, though. It was really weird. But we had a sale on red grapes. I will never forget this. Okay? So he says, I put the grapes on the scale. I type in the little number. I think it was 4664 is the code for red grape. Chris, I'm telling you.
Oh, no, that was a button. That was you ringing it up. Listen.
Okay. Yeah, got
See?
it.
I was just ringing it up.
Okay, yeah.
Give me a break, okay?
So
I'm having a
put
good
the
time.
grapes on the scale. I put them in. And
Did you ring them up?
I rung them up, put them in the bag.
Oh, whoops. Okay, go ahead.
Put him in the bag. I start ringing his other items, and I feel him staring at me. And I look up, and as soon as he sees me look up at him, he says, "Hey, are those grapes buy 1 pound, get 1 pound free?" And I said, "I don't know." And I said, "You haven't given me your store card, so I can't tell where, like, on the monitor." And I said, "We'll be able to find out at the end whenever you hand that to me." And he says, "Oh, okay, well, the sign says it back there." I said, "Okay, well, we'll make sure when we're done." Ringing his, like, maple syrup, some apples. And then
some duct tape, some this.
Yeah, trash bags, real weird stuff. I feel him staring at me again. I look up, and he says, "I wish you were buy one, get one free."
Oh.
It was the single most creepiest experience of my entire life. I didn't know how to feel in that moment, but I did love that job. I did love it. So, So I don't know which of those was my worst job ever, but they were interesting.
You know what? That's funny. Heather took 15 minutes to tell her story. My worst job was working at an old folks' home. I was a waiter. I spilled a whole plate of food on an old woman, and I tracked mashed potatoes back to the kitchen. Next question. Hold on. Sorry. On a scale from 1 to 5, how afraid... She was burned, too. She screamed. She screamed really loud. I felt really bad about it, actually. She goes, "Oh my God, the peas!"
Okay, enough.
It was really bad.
Enough with your answer.
Okay. Why do your hands smell like fish sticks? Okay. On a scale from 1 to 5,
They smell like soap.
they smell like weird fish sticks.
We had chicken.
Okay, I'm gonna throw up. Okay, I'm gonna throw up. On a scale from 1 to 5, how afraid of the dark are you? I'm gonna start off by telling you, I am so scared of the dark. I ran the other night. I did. I was down here. I turned the light off and I went, and I ran up the stairs as fast as I could. I was swearing there was something behind me, but it was one of the cats.
Well, something was behind you.
I know.
So
No,
on
I thought
1 to
there was a
5,
monster behind
1
me.
to 5.
Okay.
1 to 5.
5. Was
Five?
5 the worst or 1 the worst?
1 is not.
Scared.
Yeah.
5 is scared.
Yeah.
Okay, so
like
5.
8.
I was a 5. 5. I was a 10. Go ahead.
This is actually gonna be weird. Inside, in houses and stuff, 5. Outdoors, 1.
Me too. Me too. I'm with him. If I'm outdoors, I don't
outdoors, like I'm totally cool with stuff because I'm like, okay, I'm outdoors, like cool. Nature's supposed to make weird noises.
Right.
Inside, I'm like, my house is not supposed to be making a noise like that. Why is there a noise? Why? Like the past couple nights, it's been really windy here, and I'm like, how is this? How in the heck is there this much noise? I was like, this is crazy, and I'm like, trying to yeah. If there was a Funko Pop nightlight, totally would get one. I would do it. Be like, why do you have that? It's a collectible.
Heather, on a scale from 1 to 5, how afraid of the dark are you?
I think I'm sort of with him, but I don't want to say 5. I want to say like 3 or 4. I'm not like paralyzingly scared, but I have like moments where I'm really scared. Like you said, like if I feel like something's around me, it freaks me out and I want to be away from it. But I have this really weird thing with mirrors in the dark.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I do not like that. And I have a weird thing with, like, when we're in bed, we have to keep the door closed because I don't like seeing, like, the dark hallway.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I just
Too
don't
many
like
movies.
It's like anything could, like, emerge from that or something.
So are you
I don't
5?
know.
Are you at 5?
No, I would say, like, 3 or 4. But there's
Unless she's put in a
moments where I'm
situation where she's in an extremely long hallway full of mirrors.
Yeah.
That
would be like 25.
If you're so afraid that you have to close the door, then that would mean that you're really deathly afraid you're scared of the dark.
Not all the time, though.
The only thing that I wish is that we picked better questions. What's the least favorite mode of transportation? Are you kidding me? What is the least favorite mode of transportation?
Well, yeah, there's some funny stories that can come with that.
Segue.
Where did you get these questions? This cannot be from the website I sent you because there are so many better questions. What is your least favorite mode of transportation?
Hold on. Really quick, I'm so sorry, Chris, but you didn't email that to me for quick, like, clicking on it, so I don't have that website anymore.
What is your least favorite mode of transportation?
We got into a...
I got it. I can tell you on my legs.
Hold on. We got into a
That's
little...
it, done.
We got into a little argument earlier because I've been telling him since Tuesday or Wednesday to please print a shipping label.
Oh, for crying! Are we gonna go here again?
Hold on, because he
oh no, not
he
again.
He doesn't keep ink in our printer at home, and I know nothing about this. I know nothing about printers, so he has to do it at work. And I sent it in Facebook Messenger, and I reminded him yesterday, and I reminded him today, and he's like, where is this label? I said, I sent it to you like 2 or 3 separate times. And he said, oh, well, I was busy, blah, blah, blah. You need to email it to me next time.
Okay, so
it's
I
easy.
have no idea what that had to do with anything, but I will tell you that if, but hold on.
I said that you didn't email me the website.
You're wrong. You were wrong.
Okay.
Can I just tell you that if you message me something on Facebook and it gets lost in like conversation, I'm not going to remember that. I don't know if you know, but there's still a fight happening. We're still in a fight right now. I don't know if you know that, but there's still a fight happening right now.
Even though he printed the label. I'm still mad about it.
Listen, there could be so many bad things that happen. We could be mad at each other. One person might not have done the dishes properly or something. But who comes up with the question, what is your least favorite mode of transportation? This is incredibly out of control. What are you doing? Do you even know what this channel is? Your least favorite mode of what is your, you know what? What is your least favorite mode of transportation?
The subway.
It's because of those weird people in the dark.
So quickly.
Because I don't like it.
Why?
It's confusing. I don't know how to use it. Every time I've used it, I've had to ask like 5 different people if I'm going the right way. I have a fear of like being dropped off at the wrong stop. And not only that, but if you go during rush hour...
Wait, rewind. What do you mean you have a fear of being dropped off at the wrong stop?
What if you're
She's gonna have to make a loop. She's gonna just have to go around again.
Like you'll never get back?
Well, yeah.
What are you, Frodo?
I don't know that reference.
You're on a subway system. You're gonna be able to get back? You can just get on the opposite train and go.
But what if you were doing a job interview or something?
Oh, if you're doing a job interview where you have to ride the subway, you better leave like hours before.
Yeah, especially if you're me. I would have
or just get a cab.
And ask too many people. And on top of that, on top of not knowing where the heck I'm going, by the way, I'm expecting comments to say, like, oh, well, once you get used to it, it's easy. I get it, but I'm not used to it, and I will never be used to it, and I don't live in New York or anywhere with a subway, so I'm always going to ask multiple people. But on top of that, if you go during rush hour, you don't get a seat. You do not get a seat.
What are you saying? There's something wrong with standing inside?
There is something wrong when you are claustrophobic and also don't like crowds, and there are people pressed against every side of your body.
You don't like
need
that?
to go to Japan then.
You know what?
Need to go to Japan. I did one of the trains there. Oh, add to the fact of not knowing where you're going, it's all in a different language.
I mean, last time I was on...
Okay, that's my least favorite mode of transportation. The subway in Japan.
So, well, you wouldn't know you haven't been there. But
I can imagine.
The last time I was there in New York on the subway, I remember for some reason, it was the very first time I'd ever been there, instantly learned how to use it. I don't know how. It was almost like my mutant ability from the X-Men. I just knew how to use the transit system there. And I picked it up and I was like all over the place. But you were mentioning earlier how upset you were when people were rubbing against you while you're in the tram. Oh, I was having the greatest time ever. It was the greatest time ever. I hadn't been touched in years.
You
it was
must
amazing.
not have smelled the same subway smells that I smelled.
All I can remember was there were at least 6 to 7 fingers upon my buttocks. I loved it.
You don't have.
My.
Oh, yep, hold on. So what? I'll be honest with you, Sean. I'm very embarrassed to ask you this. What is you? Hold on. Let me just get through this. What was your? What's your least favorite? What is your least favorite mode of transportation?
Oh, is it like anything in general there, or something that we've actually been on?
I would just, you know what? For the sake of the question, let's just say whatever you've done, however you transport
to make it
yourself.
interesting. I'll go like Archer style and be like blimp.
Oh,
Congratulations, airplane! You win.
Well,
I mean, it'd be great to like. It's kind of like I think a blimp would kind of like is like the cruise liner airplane. You're like, it's like when you go on a cruise to Miami and it takes you a whole day to just go like 50 miles back from from wherever you go, and you're just like literally like they're doing is like, all right, put it at like 1 knot, and then you can like, look at each side and see like 4 other cruise ships next to you. I mean,
what is the slowest
you're not
you can
going
go
anywhere, but at least you're having a good time.
So, thank Heather for the questions. Hold on.
Yeah.
Good job, Heather. You did a great job. Thanks, you.
Guys.
You selected great questions.
I know.
But you know, next time, why don't we choose the questions together? That way, we can't get on each other.
Why don't you just choose them?
Well, because it would be too brilliant every time. We have to screw up every once in a while like this. We have to have every once in a while screw up. So it'd probably be better. Yeah, it'd probably be better if we just screwed up every once in a while. I'll let you select one question at least. One.
Okay.
But what were you? Let me just be honest with you for a second. Well, I would ask this later actually, if we even weren't live. What in God's name were you thinking when you selected what's your least favorite mode of transportation?
Okay, so
Alligator.
You were having major technical difficulties down here earlier. You were all stressed out. Don't talk. Don't interrupt me because I know you want to real bad.
Mm-hmm.
You were having technical difficulties. You hadn't picked out any questions. I was left to pick out questions. You were over here screaming, God dang it. Blah, 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 blah. That's what you sounded like. And I had to like scramble and come up with questions.
So that's your answer? That's your answer?
Yeah, it sucked.
That should have been one of the answers. Why did you choose the question, what's your least favorite mode of transportation? That should have been the fourth question. Well, that's fantastic. Look at that. Look, we made it through all 3 questions. Ladies and gentlemen, it was awesome. We made it through all 3. Congratulations, Heather. High five. Yeah, that's right. So, we talked about VVGS. We talked about the business. How people can send their pops to you, what the cost points are. Have you noticed an uptick in people being interested in VVGS over the course of the last few months?
I've since it's actually because we started pretty much January 1st was when this all got officially going. There has been a very heightened interest. If you go to the website, we have a YouTube channel as well. We have a YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. It's all on our page at thevvgs.com. So there has been a lot of interest, and the thing that a lot of people have said is, man, we've thought about this, but we could never just put like pen to paper and do it, you know. Right. And I will tell you right now, it took a long time. Not only did it take a long time, it took a lot of I mean, I'm already one of those people that already like it's 100 places at once, if you couldn't tell. And like you said, coming up with all these different prototypes and making them myself and building them, and it took a long time. It was, you know, and people said, you know, well, the big question that people say, well, what's going to keep something from like CGC or CBCS or somebody else coming and just completely, you know, wiping you over because you're just a little company? I said, I hope somebody tries, because they're going to run into all the same problems, and it's not easy. It wasn't easy to come up with a box that you can see all 6 sides of it. It wasn't easy to figure out how to seal it, how to come up with a accurate enough grading system that I could even teach one of you the grading system, and you would get the same results as everybody else once you knew it. Right. And that's the consistency of it all. And that's what's going to keep somebody else from some big name coming in, because they're not going to want to have, they already do all the big stuff already. Why are they going to want to take the time? And they haven't. Right. They really haven't, because like I said, I've done the research. Nobody's doing the research on it. It's not there.
Right.
So, well, that's the big thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're doing a great thing, and you know, it seems across the board through all the people that entered the chat tonight, they're all talking about how great this is, and what you're doing is one, it's interesting, and two, it's very important because this is something that we do need. Considering, like you see behind us, well, maybe partially, we have a ton of pops here. And there are some pops that are more valuable than others, obviously. And those more valuable pops, they sit in these little boxes. How great is it to send it to somebody, to have it graded, and to know exactly how great your pop, what the value is, or like how great a shape your pop is in? I mean,
then
how
protect it
great
even
is that?
more.
Right, exactly. And what's even better to me, in my opinion, what's even better is that you get a really cool case that tells you like what the grade is and all that, similar to a comic book. And I think you hit the ball out of the park on the case. I think it looks great. I think when it came in the mail, in fact, I remember I went and picked up the box and I told Heather, I said, the box is really heavy. I said, I have no idea what's in here. Because our plan was to open it and do like a little bit of like a live kind of thing. But we decided to open it up first because we didn't know exactly what you sent us. And when we opened it, I remember picking it up out of the box and I was like, holy crap, this thing is like legit. Like I didn't know that it would be this serious. And so the proof is really in the pudding with this thing. If you guys decide you want to do this, I will tell you. Now this is obviously just a demo that he sent me. But if he sent me my Spider-Man signed by Stan Lee in a case like this, I would personally just be beside myself.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you think of the most, either the most expensive or the closest pop that is to you, think of that. Think of, okay, it's in a hard case. Think of that now if it's in a solid vault that we made with the grade on it. And you could see, even with those cases, your hard stacks and everything, they collect dust, they get scratches on them.
Right.
This thing is, like, crystal clear.
Yeah.
Like, and it's, you would have to do some damage to it to even do anything to mess it up. The hard stacks, I'm sure even people have even gotten to the point where, like, I'm just trying to get, like, a new hard stack so it looks a little bit better than what it already looks like currently.
Right.
So, yeah, I wish I could send a demo to everybody because I'm so convinced that once people get the demo, they'll want one, But unfortunately, I can't do that.
Yeah, no, that's impossible. People to some degree, people are just going to have to be trusting under. And here's the deal, guys. You're talking to the Gastlecast, right? So the Gastlecast, I would like to think that we are a very trusted channel. We are very honest about things. We get very excited about things too. I don't know if you knew that. But what I will say is that we did receive this, and I am over the moon on how great the quality is of this thing. And I highly suggest, if you have pops that you do want to have graded, of course, there are people out there that don't care, but for those who do, this is a great way to have your pops graded and to have a score on them and all that kind of jazz. I just think it's great, and I think that the case that it comes in is great as well. There is a question down in the comments, which is that, and this is a legitimate question too. Are you shipping out overseas, or are you shipping outside of country?
Hold on, are you able to ship to APO?
So military.
Okay. So APOs, military, 100%, I'll do that. I was military. I understand all that. I will absolutely do APOs. And I probably, if you let me know it's an APO, I'm not saying 100%, but we'll charge you the least amount that we have to for that.
Awesome.
I was military. I support the military 100,000%. Yes. APOs, yes. Other
Sweet.
than that, not right now. But APOs, I most certainly will. Absolutely.
Okay, so outside of country, outside the United States, you're not doing it yet, but for APOs, yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Gotcha. Now, how far away are we from outside of country?
In terms of
shipping. You're saying you will ship out. So if somebody in Canada, somebody in England.
Yeah, well, probably right now. I think it's only the things that we have it set up for right now. I think the system's only set up for the U.S. So unfortunately, Canada not right now. But if there's enough interest and I get some emails about it, if you email me, we'll see what we can work out.
So I'm going to tell you this, and we're live, so it's a live thing. I'm telling you something what I've picked up a lot, there are a lot of Canadians
Yes.
that are interested in reaching the United States. I guess the different things that the United States can get, right?
Yeah.
So you picking up where Canadians can ship to you and you can do this for them. I think that would be a really good thing. It's something to think about.
Yeah.
Seriously. I think
Definitely
it's a very serious
go onto
thing.
our website. Let us know. If we get a lot of comments or people wanting it, then we'll open it up. I mean, that's
Cool.
all that is a click in my mouse, and then I go in and all I have to do is just add it in there. I mean, obviously the shipping's still going to be shipping,
Right.
but right now, no. But if there is a genuine interest in it, I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
That's awesome.
No, that's good. So okay, now so we've talked a lot. Now we've gotten to know each other a little bit, and I do want to preface this with the fact of this is not the last time that this is going to happen, right? So we want you to be on with us again. We
Cool.
want you. In fact, if there are times where you have new information that you would like the community to know, and you want to use us as part of an outlet, you could always come on live with us for a little while, or even for a full episode where we just talk to you and hang out. We would
Absolutely.
love that because I got to tell you, you've been an excellent guest, and I have enjoyed this thoroughly. And I think what you're doing is brilliant. I think it's fantastic, and I love the fact that you're the first person doing this. And
the right way.
the right way.
Yes.
And I completely back you, and I would definitely put my neck out on the line and say this guy knows what he's doing, and you should totally trust and move forward with getting your pops graded by this guy and his company. I think you're
thank
fantastic.
you for that. Thank you.
I think you're fantastic. And I really, really want to see you I want to see you blow up, and I'd love to see you at these big shows and doing big things. I would love to see that.
That'd be awesome. That's the plan.
Yeah.
So I've got one thing for you guys that I kind of mentioned the last time because I wanted to actually see your real reaction.
Yes, I forgot about that.
So my deal for you all, for the two of you, for a wedding present. All right.
Okay.
You're gonna have to be sneaky with each other on this too, but you'll like it in the end. I want each of you to pick one pop apiece for the other person to get graded
Okay.
for your wedding.
Okay.
And I will actually put in the comments and on the marking of it, your wedding date and
that's
other
awesome.
person. But the thing is you can't let the other one know what it is, and you have to unwrap them. I'm going to wrap them up and put your names on them, and then you got to unwrap them for each other.
Yes, that's awesome. That's a great idea.
Hold
I
on.
love that idea.
Are these going to be pops from our own collection, or are we purchasing to
No.
give to one another?
What I think it's what I was thinking was something that you already have that has something that makes you think about the other person.
Right.
And this is kind of, it doesn't have to be this is where the whole point of this it doesn't have to be an expensive one. It can just be something that, you think of Chris or you think of Heather and I go, this is the one that I always think of about them.
That's awesome. And I'm going to tell you something seriously. And I'm saying it right here live.
But you can't let them know what it is.
I'm telling you right now, I don't want to know what it is. I really
wouldn't
don't.
tell you.
No, I'm saying I don't want to know what it is. And my plan is to go up in your room and find one. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. And what we'll do is we're going to box them and then we'll ship them to you together. But we're not going to know what's inside of the big box.
Yeah.
The
Put them in
box
like
is
a
inside.
smaller box and then put them in the bigger box.
Exactly. That's exactly what
and
we're
just
doing.
put if it's for Heather, put for Heather on it and for Chris, so I know what to do from there.
Oh my God! Broken Pikachu's tail said Twinkie with mustache. Where is Twinkie with mustache? He's our mascot.
He's
Where is he?
MIA. He's our
Oh
MIA
my gosh.
mascot.
Where is he? He's out of here.
I don't know. Where
Oh
he went.
no! We
we-
lost. He's out on the move. He's doing something.
We just have so much stuff.
We
around
do. We
us.
have.
Is
We
he on
do
the
have a lot.
floor? He's probably on
He's
the
probably
floor.
gone somewhere. He's around here somewhere. I kind of hid him the other day because he had the mustache. I feel like, oh, there he is. He's up there.
Oh, there
I
he
knew I
is.
put him somewhere. Like I placed him. Yeah, there he is. So There he is. Look at that. He's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So I don't know if you know the story, but I spent $35 on a blind box for, it was like an ad icon blind box.
Yeah.
And I got a regular Twinkie. So I put a fake mustache on him to make it better. And I'll be honest with you, I feel like I have my money's worth now that he has a fake mustache on.
Oh, you did. Now you do.
Yeah.
I've had to stop with the blind boxes. Oh my gosh.
I know blind boxes
Yeah.
sometimes can make you sick.
I tried to do it for like videos and to support some people. I'm just like, I can't anymore. I just can't. I have never, and it was so bad. I have here. I'll even show you this one thing. This one, I got this at a convention. This is the biggest like gimmick at the convention that I go to, and
Oh my
this
God,
thing.
there's eggs.
the eggs. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get an egg. I think I got like, what's like not the R2D2 Star Wars one?
Really?
The other, the C2J5 or something.
Yeah.
And I got him and like a big plushie, and I was just like, oh. And the girl next to me, like I've told you, I've just started collecting Overwatch, right?
Right.
The girl next to me opens up, has a carbon fiber diva in hers.
Oh.
And not only that, that was just the bottom of it. On top of it, was there like a $70 Luffy One Piece statue, and I was like, like, are you kidding me? And she's like, I don't even know who these characters are, and I was like, oh.
Do you want to take my weird droid?
Right.
I was like, here, have a droid and a plushie. And she's like, no. She's like, I'll find somebody who wants these. I was like, I want them. Switch with me. I don't want this big plushy cat face looking dog thing.
Yeah,
It was a cat dog plushie of some sort, but it was like a big fluffy. Oh, it was horrible.
It's a
Oh,
It's a
no.
monster. Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
we purchased blind boxes and things from different, like popping off toys and Spider World and stuff. And we've made that actually a few times. I'm good with it.
I'm still waiting to get it on top just once.
Yeah. No. I one time I got a who was it? Marty McFly on a
Oh, nice.
on a
Yeah, I
hoverboard.
remember that one.
Yeah.
I got the 3 creatures from Harry Potter.
Right, the little
guys.
tiny ones.
Nice.
The
nice.
Mandrake,
Yeah.
Pixie, and Grindylow.
Right.
Yeah.
We did pretty good on those two
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
But then I've also spent $25 on a patty mayonnaise.
Ouch. I spent
35 on this guy without the mustache.
yeah, exactly.
So in closing, any final thoughts and final words that you want to let the community, the Gastlecast followers know, subscribers?
Just like I kind of tell everybody, it's what you like. It doesn't have to be valuable. It doesn't have to be the top of the line. It's what stands out to you. And I'll even the last one, because this was the first one that got graded, and you'll notice it has different labels and everything too. This was the first one. This is kind of my the personal one that I like. It's not really that valuable, but I wanted it to be the first one that got graded, and that was
awesome.
so.
She's
And
awesome.
That's super cool.
oh yeah.
That's
yeah.
one that I wish I had.
Okay, quick story, like 30-second story, I promise. It took
You're
me
nothing
5
like me.
different times to finally get this Jessica Rabbit.
What?
Holy crap.
So the first time I ordered it, got it on eBay, sent it to the wrong address. Never got anything back. It's just gone. Second time, ordered it, supposedly got delivered to my house, never got it. Third time, got it, it was a fake one. Fourth time, at this time I was like, I'm never getting it. It's not happening. You know. Fourth time, I saw it, I bid on it. The person, instead of getting Jessica Rabbit, I got Brock Lesnar.
What?
The person sent the wrong pop to me. I got a friggin' Brock Lesnar instead of Jessica Rabbit. And I was just like, it was two. It was Brock Lesnar and Daryl from Walking Dead. And I was like, are you kidding me, dude? I mean, like, this isn't even close to a Jessica Rabbit. Like, it's 2 pops. I was like, I want the Jessica. I want to send these back and get the Jessica. And he goes, well, if you got those 2, then the other guy got the Jessica. And I was like,
Oh, come on.
So I ended up actually getting this finally at a pop swap.
Oh, awesome.
So, but the kicker of it is the person. I'm not allowed to go out. My team doesn't allow me to go out and get pops anymore because I just take too long. Gee, I wonder why. It's not like I grade them or something, you know. It killed me because this one has tape marks. Like somebody decided to put a big piece of Scotch tape on the front and on the bottom of it, and it's got stickers on it and stuff.
Oh, jeez.
I was just like, which is why it's a 9. The box is actually really great condition other than that, but yeah, I'm actually not allowed, like, some Hot Topics, like, see me and, like, cringe. Because they're like, oh, God, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
He's going to be here for 6 hours looking at 2 pops.
No, but the thing of it is, they've also gotten used to me. They go to the back. They go to the back and get, like, the 3-pack, because, you know, they come in, like, packs of 3. They'll go to the back and grab it, and they'll, like, slice open and be like, here.
Have the best looking ones. So, guys, the bottom line is that the VVGS is an awesome place. So, VVGS is, and I have to read this off the back because I always get it screwed up and I want to make it right. Vinyl Vault Grading System. So, you want to go to the VVGS.com.
Yes.
Is it VVGS or just VVGS?
It's the VVGS.
TheVVGS.com.
I think it's on the back on the back part of the box right there that you're holding.
It is, yeah.
Oh, yep. So
you
want to
Chris
type
couldn't
that?
read that.
I don't read.
Exactly.
I don't know how to read good. So you guys want to go to thevvgs.com. It's right there in the comment section. Check it out. Send your pops. Have them graded and receive them back and have a really cool graded pop in a really versatile box. And be happy and be merry. I know that I for sure have a couple of pops that are right around where I want to have them graded and boxed up. I'm really excited about that. So thank you so much for coming here and thank you for being with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Like we had mentioned before, we definitely want to have you back again. You had a lot of fun and cool things to talk about. So I know you're going to have more because your business is still growing. You're building. And whatever the Gastlecast can do for you to help help your business, whatever, please let us know. And we will do everything in our power to help you out.
Absolutely. It would be awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man, for sure. Consider us a partner. Right, Heather?
Yeah.
Except I'm not grading anything. I wouldn't be good at that.
Marketing. We're marketing people.
Oh, and we also we need to find love for Sean. That's what we need to find. Okay, that's what we need to find.
No mistresses.
That's right.
No mistresses.
No mistresses.
No.
We need no mistresses, Heather. You know what I'm saying?
What are you doing?
Huh? I don't know. Guys, thank you for watching our friend Sean here, VVGS, the VVGS. Make sure you go and check him out at thevvgs.com and go and check him out on Instagram. At
the VVGS.
At the VVGS on Instagram. So go check him out.
I have great news,
Oh
Sean.
my God!
Okay.
What?
Our friend Wesley C. said, "Great interview. I'd give it a grade of 10."
Boom! Wow, that's rare.
That's what I'm saying.
It would be really weird if we somehow ended up in a plastic box.
That sounds hot.
No, it sounds scary.
No, Heather. Me and you in a plastic box? Nude? Can you picture
What?
that? Isn't that weird?
No, don't picture that.
So anyway, he actually broke his camera. He's just totally done with everything. Sean, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We're going to disconnect from you and talk to our pals here for 2 seconds, and we're going to log off ourselves. Thank you so much. You're awesome. Your company's awesome, and thank you for being on with us, okay?
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Hey, later, man. Guys, that was awesome. Wow, what a fun time. Right, Heather?
Oh my god.
I had a great time. What? I love that thing more than I love life.
Okay, spoiler alert. I know what I'm sending Sean to get graded.
You do?
I'm sending him this soundboard so he can put it in a box.
Blocks?
And you never open it again.
So you can put it in a blocks? So, Heather, I've already kind of figured out what pop I'm going to send him. I already know.
I think I know what one I'm going to send him of yours.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I better not be noticeable down here. Because I'll find it right away.
What if I replace it?
You know what? No, listen to me.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
What we're going to do, if we do this, when we know we stored them away, we're not going to look through our collections.
Okay.
You promise?
Promise.
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise. Except until... Hold on. Let the pinkies go. We can't shake on it yet.
Okay.
Until Funko... Oh my god. Until Funko... Chris?
No, I was turning it down.
Okay. Until Funko comes out with their photo of the day. But I'm not going to, like, purposely look in my collection. I have no desire to do that.
Right, well, that's good. All right, give me, you ready?
Pinky promise.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
But how am I done? As a pinky promise to last for... Hold on, you're going to do this?
I have a weird thumb.
Ow! Oh my god, that hurts so bad.
I have a weird thumb.
Okay, listen.
Because I had to put my thumb up.
Okay, don't get so tight with the pinky, okay?
No, I had to put my thumb up.
Okay, let's do a weird pinky.
Okay.
Okay,
I had to put my thumb up. I couldn't reach it.
Oh my god, I thought you were gonna rip my pinky off. That was horrible.
I do have a really weird thumb. And I can't move it very good. Like the joint is really like stiff. I have to like pop it out of place.
That's not the only thing that's stiff, Heather. All right, listen. So what I wanted to talk about before we roll out tonight, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry we started late, but we went a little bit longer than usual.
We did.
High fives. We went on longer than usual. This is great. We had a great time. And if you want to get on the books for the Gastlecast live interview on Friday nights, sometimes Sundays. I say sometimes Sundays because if you can do nothing else but Sundays, we'll try to fit you in, okay? We can't make any promises. But if you want to be on, contact us on Instagram at Gastlecast or email us, gastlecast@gmail.com. And guess what? We are still aiming for 2,500 followers because if we get there, then we give away a Mezco. 5,000, we give away a Hot Toys.
Hold on. Followers? No.
Oh, subscribers.
We're on YouTube, Chris. These are subscribers.
Okay, take it easy. They're hot stuff, okay? Okay, so we have to hit 2,500 subscribers to give away a Mezco on YouTube. Okay? Okay, we got it. $5,000 for Hot Toys. And this is all coming from alltimetoys.com!
Okay, listen. You have the mic volume turned all the way up, and you just put it, like, in the the whole thing turned red.
That's why we're here.
No.
Yeah.
You need to lower your voice.
We like to party.
If any
and
of
that's
these
the only way I like to party.
people end up deaf because of us, we get sued.
There was something really important I wanted to talk about tonight, and now I can't remember. It was something very important.
Okay.
But I do want to mention that we do have the comic books left over. We will sign them, and they are signed by our pal Jason Swoboda. God Mode. If you want to win, we're going to post our new video, and we just need you to comment on the video, and we'll do a random selection from there.
Yes, we will be posting a video. Will it be posted tonight or tomorrow morning?
I don't know. It depends on how long it takes me to figure everything out tonight, because I still have some things to add to the video. The video takes a very long time for me to create. Oh, I know what news I want to tell you. I can't wait to tell this. I cannot wait to tell you this because I found out today through an instant message from our good pal, All Time Toys. Who's our friend from All Time Toys?
Jason?
Jason. So Jason explained something to us when we were there last. Do you remember what he told us about Hot Toys? Sideshow will contact toy stores when it comes to their Hot Toys figures. If a Hot Toy is damaged in any sort of way when it's received upon shipment, the person that has them and they're selling them, they have a requirement to talk to Sideshow and let them know that the figure came in defective. If it comes in defective, what happens is the store, comic book store, toy store, whatever it might be, they have to destroy the figure and they get their money back full. Jason currently has a figure that came in that he has to destroy. And guess what, baby?
What?
I'm going to be there for the destruction. I'm part of the destruction. We're going to pick 5 different items to attack this Hot Toys with. And I'm going to post something on Instagram. You tell us what items you want us to use against this Hot Toys. Now, it has to be within some sort of reason.
Ooh,
it cannot be a gun.
Hearts.
It can't be a gun. It can't be anything like that. But it could be a machete or a knife or something like that. Whatever you want us to use as a weapon, maybe a brick, you'll let us know on the post that we post.
Question.
It'll be up for a while.
Did Jason talk about this on the live stream, or was it just to us?
I don't remember.
I don't
but
remember.
I feel like he talked to us, to me, and I remember
on,
he's talking to us.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
remember if it was on the live stream.
It might have been on the live stream.
Or not. But basically, if you missed it, or if it wasn't on the live stream,
right?
They require them to destroy these things to keep the value where it should be and keep the market flourishing.
Right.
Is that the correct term?
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to weed out any bad figures because they want all their figures to be absolutely perfect. And some of the figures that come in from Hot Toys to some of these shops, maybe a leg is broken off or something. Anything could be happening. John N said it was live. So, yeah. So, thank you, John N, for letting us know. And Wesley, thank you. So, we will destroy it. I will make a video of it. I don't think it'll be live. But we'll destroy it in some sort of fashion. We will edit a video down. Maybe we'll shoot a nail gun at it. I mean, we're going to do a lot of different things. But you're going to let us know what weapons to use. What figure is it? It is Spider-Man, I believe. Iron Spider from Infinity War. I think it's that figure, if I remember correctly from the messages today. That'll be the figure that we do destroy in some way, shape, or form. And we're going to leave it up to you, the fans of the Gastlecast and All Time Toys. Make sure you go to alltimetoys.com and check out their selection. But fans of All Time Toys and Gastlecast, you're going to let us know what you want to see happen to this Iron Spider. I don't know how many different tools it's going to take to destroy it, but we're just going to go at it like we're out of our mind, okay? So I know, Brianna, I know. It's one that I really want to. It sucks. But it is what it is. So, Heather, it's been a long night.
It has.
I've enjoyed every second of it.
Yeah. Okay. I've enjoyed being interrupted by you 20 times.
Okay.
Do not forget, we are posting a new video. It is an unboxing video. It is not posted yet. But when we post it, if you comment on it, you will be put into the drawing for one of our 2 very last signed comics of God Mode from Jason Swoboda.
That's right.
And we'll draw our winners sometime tomorrow, as long as Chris posts it between tonight and tomorrow morning.
Can you guys answer me? What is your least favorite mode of transportation?
Everybody
That's what we would like to know.
earlier.
Did he already do that?
Yeah.
I was late to the party. Boom, boom, boom. Heather, anything else? Got anything else you want to talk about? You good?
I am so talked out that I just want to,
The batteries are dead
go.
on the light. That's how long we have talked.
Thank goodness.
Give it fives.
I hate that light. It makes my head hurt.
Can I just say the VVGS is awesome? I loved having him on, and I can't wait to have him on in the future. Guys,
really
thank you so much. Go ahead.
It was really informative.
What was that noise?
I don't know. It sounded like a breath, didn't it?
What the heck was that?
My legs are crisscross applesauce right now. It was not... You're looking like down...
I don't know what happened, but a noise just came out, and it sounded like heavy breathing. I have no idea what that was.
Yeah, now I'm, really freaked out.
It went... I'm thinking it might be in the computer. I don't know. Who knows what it is.
I hope so. Oh, my God.
But we're going to be running up the stairs scared in the dark. So, need I remind you that we will be back on Sunday Are we doing an interview on Sunday?
Yeah, with
We
Chris,
are?
Capital City Pops.
Capital City Pops! We're going to be live with Capital City Pops. It's going to be awesome. So, Capital City Pops, we can't wait to see you and hang out with you. Guys, thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us. Remember, right here on YouTube, to make sure you hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe button. Share us with all your friends because we can give away a Mezco and Hot Toys later on down the road. That'll be a lot of fun, won't it, Heather?
Yeah.
Hit that like button as hard as you can because we love to see all your likes. Make sure you leave comments on our videos. That's great too. On our newest video, when you make a comment on our newest video, you will be put into the giveaway for the 2 comic books, as Heather's mentioned already. So the God Mode comic will be signed by both Jason Swoboda and us. It's going to be great. And that's it. We're going to have a video coming up where we beat up iron spiders. It's going to be great. So we'll see you back here on Sunday. It's going to be fantastic. And also this weekend, we're going to be videoing and recording us showing off our new Thor Hot Toys. Thank you again, Broken Tail Pikachu, yes!
Broken Pikachu tail!
Broken Pikachu tail, yes!
Like, why?
Broken Pikachu tail. I'm sorry, I always say it.
Every single time he says it.
We had to edit the video a lot because I kept saying Broken Tail Pikachu. I don't know why, but I just did a lot. But Broken Pikachu tail, what a lovely human being. By the way, a small story. Father called me today, my dad. My father called. He goes, hey, I watched your video. Somebody gave you a Hot Toys. And I was like, yeah. He goes, why in God's name would anybody do that? And I was like, I don't know. People like us. And he goes, wow, that's crazy. So it's almost like my father doesn't realize that people actually like us. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that a crazy story?
Your dad is saying, well, you're stupid and
Right.
I wouldn't do that for you.
No, my dad loves me. But he was just shocked as we were that somebody sent us a Hot Toys. And again, Broken Pikachu tail, thank you so much for doing that. You have made my entire year. Christmas will not be the same.
No, it won't, because I am not getting him a Hot Toys.
Yeah.
So thank you for making my job harder or my efforts look less.
That the opening the box and everything, what you saw was real. We recorded for over an hour. And I had to break that down to 15 minutes, but we were blown away.
What they saw was condensed down. Okay,
Right.
So it was real reactions, but it was condensed. Like, we said it before, I'm going to say it again. We sat here as we're, like, looking at our items we received. Chris is, like, messing with the Hot Toys, and I'm just, like, staring at Beetlejuice and Freddy Wise. And we will turn to each other, like, every, like, 5 minutes or so and be like, what? Like, is this real?
Yeah, we were in dream mode. But we also did exactly the same thing when the Cobb Bros, I call them the Cobb Bros.
Yeah,
the Cobb
Super
Brothers,
Cobb Bros.
The Super Cobb Bros. When they sent us a new box, just yesterday we opened it. We were going to have an upload of the video soon.
Am I allowed to do a spoiler right now?
No.
Please, just one.
No spoiler. We were so blown away
it.
and so appreciative of what you guys have sent us. The Cobb Brothers, Broken Pikachu tail, and everybody else, Brianna and all of you guys, Nathan Lowe, a lot of you guys sending us stuff, VVGS sending us like a demo. All of you guys are so awesome, and I don't know how else to tell you thank you. Like we try to send you guys little things here and there, but we started this because the whole idea behind all of this was helping people. We hunt together. Helping people trade and sell and stuff like that, and having fun in the community. And we started it by opening a simple mystery box that was shipped by Funko. And we did it just because we wanted to do it, and we did it. And then I told Heather, this is a lot of fun. Let's keep doing this. And we have, and it's grown into something that I now hold like so... I don't mean to get sentimental, but I hold this so dear in my heart. This is a snapshot in time for me that I will never forget. And we are still here. We're not going anywhere, but absolutely in love with it. And for those people who say that I beat up on Heather too much, and because I see that Chris is a jerk sometimes, Heather and I, we are here like this because we are so good together. And when we beat each other up, it's all in complete and utter love. And I wouldn't pick on somebody I didn't love so much, and I love Heather so much. I wrote a letter to Jeffrey Dean Morgan today, and we're going to invite him to our wedding, and it's beautiful. And I think on the next live we'll read that live to you. and let you know what our letter said.
No, I think we should put it in with. I think we should make like a little wedding snippet and include that in there.
Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do something. But
it'll get you guys pumped up for that video.
But
way later.
All I can leave you with tonight is a Friday night. You guys are here, and that's a big deal to me because Friday nights typically people are having, running around doing it, whatever. But the fact that you guys are just, here hanging out with us and watching us, it means a lot. I don't think you know how much it means to us. Thank you so much. We love all of you guys. Seriously, we love you. I would do anything I could for all of you guys. You guys are just the greatest. Okay? So I'm just letting you know that. Hey, don't laugh. Guys, thank you. As always, thank you for tuning in. Go and check out our Instagram at Gastlecast. Share us with all your friends. Let's get up to that 2,500. Help us. We really appreciate it. New video will be posted soon, guys. We hunt together, yes. Remember that. And go and check out Facebook. Look up We Hunt Together as a group. Join it. It's awesome. We're in there. You can hang out with us in there, too. We Hunt Together. Go check it out on Facebook. Heather, any final words?
Bye.
Hold on.
Oh.
We will catch you next time.
Oh, and put some We Hunt Togethers in the.
Oh
the
yeah,
comments.
if we can get some.
Like
Yeah, we'll put an outro up, and then you guys can say what you want to say. We will catch you next time.
Bye.
Love you.
Do you?
Never mind. There's no outro. What is happening with this computer? Honest to God, I don't understand. I don't know what's happening. Is there even? There's not even.
Okay, bye guys.
Can we get We Hunt Together? There's a Gastlecast symbol there, and it's awesome. We grade each other together. Yes, that's awesome.
Can you?
Yeah, hold on.
Every day looks like more the same. Another long drive in his
We hope that you enjoyed this episode of the Gastlecast. If so, please hit that subscribe button and check out some of our other fun content.
We've left you some links to some of our other videos that we thought you might like.
We'll catch you next time.
Bye.